Kemetic Paganism 101, Part 4. So, we're going to talk about the creation stories. Now, when it comes to Kemetic Paganism, there's actually more than one creation story. There's the creation story of how Atum thought of himself while in the primordial darkness waters of Nu, that was water but not water. Okay? And rolls upon a benben stone. And through his seed, while it was just him, created the air and mist, which would be Shu and Tefnut, and through Shu and Tefnut, created the earth and the heavens, the earth being Geb, the heavens being Nut. And then Nut and Geb having 5 children, which we'll talk about later on. And on that story. But also during this time, other aspects of a tune came through, as in Mute and Kanzu and Kum and Ptah and Duhuti and Hadar and Sekhmet, which are all parts of the I Ra. And are forms of Ra. But you also have other stories of how Atum basically transforms himself, okay, into Ptah and speaks things into being. Transforms himself into Kuhumra and forms things from the silt and clay of the Hapi River. And his wife blows into the nostrils, and these become life. These beings become life. There's always also stories of how Atum goes and tries to look for Shu and Tefnut, and when he finds them, cries tears of joy, and each time the tear would fall upon, life would happen. But one of my stories that I really like is after the destruction that Sekhmet did, and after she's quenched, and we'll get to that story later, of how when she transforms back into Hadar, and she is told that she cannot be part of him anymore, that she cannot be a part of his eye, that she cries tears of bitter sadness. And every time a tear falls, it becomes a human being. So, like I said, there's many stories when it comes to the creation. But with every good in a creation story, there's also an evil. Or for any righteous, there's devastation, right? So, with these stories also, because everything starts out in the primordial waters of Nu, like I said. being of nothingness. And all of a sudden, this light that comes through. A tomb, by the way, I should mention, is the energy from the sun. A tomb is that you cannot see, but you know is there. And if you want to know, Ra is the sun. But there was a creature that became, and this creature is Apophysis, or Apep, and is a serpent-like being. The Muet, Nefertiti, okay? And Apophysis does not want what's around. He wants everything to go back to primordial darkness. And when I say everything, I mean everything. All the universes, all the planets, all the beings, all the life, including the smallest single-celled organism that has yet to be found. Every single atom, once it's gone. So, every night, when a tomb, or Omni-Ra, both are correct, goes around the earth. Gotta remember, back then, people saw the earth going around. Saw the sun going around the earth. Okay? That's how they saw things. We know better now. We know that the earth goes around the sun, not the opposite way around. But they believed, the ancient Kemets believed that during this time, this is when Apophysis would fight a tomb, or Omni-Ra. And every morning when that sun came up, a tomb was Kefra-Ra, pushing the sun into the sky. And each time that sun came up over the horizon, people knew that they had a chance for another day. So remember this. The sun does come up. You always have a second chance. It is up to you what you do with it. So tomorrow we're going to talk more about the Neter, Neteru. Why we say Neter and Neteru instead of gods or deities. Also, we'll talk about why Kemetic Paganism is a monolithic religion, not a polytheistic religion. You see, we don't have thousands of gods. We have one. But we'll talk about that later. So you'll have a great day. 对吧？